How you doing? It's me again, Tony Salome from the show Rigatoni Brothers, coming at you with my business Blockbuster Video. I purchased this Blockbuster Video franchise from my Uncle Jimmy for a used Color Supreme and a meatball sandwich. Is it legal? I don't know, but who's telling? I hope you're not telling. Here at Blockbuster Video, we got your classics like Happy Gilmore, Click, Jack and Jill, and The Benchwarmers, which was also produced by Adam Sandler. You can rent all your favorite Adam Sandler classics for 3 days, but you better return that shit, otherwise my buddy Patricio is gonna be coming for a visit. You may not have a VCR, but you can still rent the tape, and then Donatello will ring you up and give you a Russian link to a free version of the movie. So come on down to Blockbuster Video and show my mother purchasing this outdated video store wasn't a bad idea. Blockbuster Video, across the street from Armado Ice. So come on down, you fat piece of shit. Are we done here? Oh, okay. Oh, it's recording? Oh shit, well how do you stop it? Oh, you can't? Uh-oh. Hey, what up? How you doing? My name is, Tony Salome, here at Armado Ice. You may know me from films such as A, or A2, I'm walking here. And then A3, you gonna finish that spaghetti? And The Godfather 4, Nobody Cares, all on VHS and Laserdisc. Got some steak bolognese that needs to get to your Uncle Joey? Got a severed finger that needs to be sent through the mail? Call Armado Ice, right next to Stacy's Deli. No, not the one on Woodlawn, the one with the extra pickles, in between Franco's and Russo's, you know, the one with the talking dog. Armado Ice, come on down. Are we done? Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, the Short News Podcast with your host, Alex Mador.
What you're asking for has got a powerful price.
Welcome back to the Short News Podcast. Thank you so much. Wow, definitely not the same applause soundbite as the last 100 episodes.
Shut your fucking mouth! Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
Same guy. What is he doing here? That dude just, I don't know what's going on here. Just
watch your profanity.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So anyways, my name is Alex Mador, and this is the show that is written and produced by a cat. Thanks for joining me. My cat is asleep right now, so I guess that isn't true, that she's running things. So I guess I'm a liar. I'm a fraud. Okay, so anyways, I hope you had a good weekend. I was enjoying it a little bit. It was too short, in my opinion. Now I have to do school-related shit all week, so that's great. So I don't know. There's not much to talk about in my own life before we start going into the actual news. I put out a song on SoundCloud and Loom. It's called Reflecting. It's a rap song. I know I'm not a rapper, but it's my own, style, which I don't think is, culture vulturing from anybody, but you can listen to it and correct me if I'm wrong, because, I'm open to criticism. But after I made it, I finally picked up the guitar after a year of not, and holy shit, man, I'm fucking rusty. It's gonna take some time to sound decent again, so it's time to practice. So yeah, my weekend revolved around making music, mostly. I'm pretty proud that I got anything done creatively. It's been really difficult to motivate myself to do so, I gotta say. Fuck, man. Sorry, I'm a little shaken up right now. I should have probably waited to start the recording. Oh my god, because I just watched this TikTok. Oh my god, like I was crying. I don't think a TikTok has ever made me cry, but it was like this lady and her cat, and the cat was really sad because he missed their other cat who they just put down 3 days ago, and the lady had a tuft of that cat's fur and put it near the living cat that was missing the dead cat, and he came over, sniffed it, and like laid down next to it. And I was like, "Oh my god, ah!" And I just was sitting here just bawling, and like I put my face in my cat's belly and just started crying, and I was doing that for a while, and then I was like, I have to record this podcast episode. Fuck. So if I sound a little bit like shaken up, if I sound a little bit congested, um, I was just crying because of a cat TikTok. So I am sorry about that. I'm going to need to talk about this in therapy. Anyways, I'm working on some fun stuff for this podcast. I want to make things more interesting. So that's what I'm planning on doing. We need more guests. And I think I scheduled a comedian for next week, or I'm in the process of doing that. I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie, but hopefully it goes well. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I want to figure out how to have guests on, but still talk about current events. That shouldn't be too difficult. I'm probably just overthinking it. It's part of my avoidance problems. We'll figure it out. Anyways, let's jump into some news here. Let me just adjust my microphone real quick. All right. So there's a new trend on Twitter, the hashtag do not comply. And I'm sure you know what that's about. Plenty of military personnel and employees for companies such as, airlines, pilots for airlines are refusing to get the vaccine, which has been required by their employers. There's a deadline coming up for that. This has led to some serious issues, such as flights being canceled in the masses. Southwest canceled 1,000 flights yesterday because there's no pilots that are vaccinated. Not no pilots, but there's not enough. So, conservative anti-vaxxers are seeing this and going, see, this is what a vaccine mandate does, guys. No one is going to do their job, so you should just get rid of the mandate. And I say, shut your fucking mouth, you cunt. Companies are being held up. Flights are being canceled. Not because of the mandates, but because idiots won't follow the mandates. It's pretty fucking simple. If you get the vaccine, it helps slow the spread of the virus. It helps your body fight off the illness. It protects you from the people around you, as well as the vulnerable people who aren't able to get the vaccine because of allergies or other conditions that make them vulnerable. It ensures that if you get the virus, you aren't unnecessarily taking up hospital space that could be used for people who were smart enough to get vaccinated but have other urgent medical issues that need to be addressed. Like I said a few weeks ago, was it a few weeks ago? Yeah. My grandmother went to the ER. She's fine now, but they literally could not take her in. The entire hospital was full, and they were there waiting for hours. If it was more serious than what it ended up being, what would have happened? She probably wouldn't have made it. And we're lucky that it was resolved on its own, and she was actually just having an anxiety attack. I'm relieved. But that's insane. And that people literally can't get medical care because there's too many unvaccinated people on ventilators wasting space in the hospitals. Honestly, just let them die. Why are we even helping these people? People like my grandma who got vaccinated deserve emergency medical attention when they need it. The fact that they're prioritizing the unvaccinated instead of disconnecting their life support and kicking them to the curb infuriates me. Just let them fucking die. No one wants them anymore. They are a danger to society. We've seen so many examples now on this show, on other shows, of people who died and won their Herman Cain Awards for so smugly promoting anti-vax rhetoric and dying of COVID not long after. Those are real people, real idiots who actually died because of their own ignorance. And there's not much convincing we can do to get them to take this vaccine. We've tried everything. That's why I'm saying, like, hospitals need to stop helping the unvaccinated so that vaccinated people who need to have surgeries or emergency medical attention of unrelated to COVID can have a chance to be seen. It doesn't make sense to waste medical resources on people who are already offered medical resources to prevent serious illness from COVID who refused it and now need help because they didn't listen and wanted to endanger themselves and everyone else. Fuck those people. They're the reason innocent people are dying from being untreated for their ailments unrelated to a virus preventable by vaccines. And when I say preventable, I mostly mean preventable from serious illness. You have to be careful, or the anti-vaxxers will soundbite a small portion of what you said to prove their weird, fucking outrageous points. So yeah, this whole hashtag do not comply business is setting the United States back a ton as other countries start surpassing us in their vaccination rates, laughing at us for refusing to take the one thing that's proven to help us get through this pandemic we've been in for 2 years. So, as I've said before, stop being a part of the problem, help solve it. Get vaccinated. No one is going to want to associate with you if you aren't vaccinated. No one's going to give you a job. You're a petri dish, a biological weapon that is going unchecked. You're reckless. You don't have the freedom to spread illnesses. That's not allowed in the Constitution. So stop acting like it is. Stop acting like you don't know exactly how much damage to yourself and to others that you're causing. We're never going to get out of this COVID pandemic if we don't get vaccinated. How do you think we got out of the pandemics before this one? Vaccines. Back then we had less technology than we have now, but the vaccines still fucking worked. People are still required to get them and carry around a card with proof that they got it in order to participate in public society, in order to stop the spread of the illness. People also wore masks back then. These things, which are proven to work. There are airheads here in America who want to do the opposite of what is proven to work. And I still don't understand why, other than some fucked up wanting to be right and refusing to accept facts or wanting to own the libs, which isn't working. Like, you guys are dropping like flies. And TikTok and Facebook, mostly Facebook, get your fucking shit together. Stop giving these psychopaths a platform when you know you could be doing better than this. I cannot stand Mark Zuckerberg and the bullshit he's been up to. They let the most outlandish shit spread on their site and do nothing about it when they have all of the power to do something about it. So that's what's going on with the vaccination issue. We need to get that figured out before our country gets into even worse of a position. Yeah, it's a mess. It's a fucking mess. What else is going on in the world? Another COVID news, something that, anti-vaxxers, or some of them, will probably also refuse to take. The pharmaceutical company Merck has created an antiviral pill that treats COVID-19, and they're asking for emergency authorization from the FDA. And this is good. This is good if it works. I'm confident that this is something that will really be helpful for us in the future, especially when it comes to freeing up some hospital beds if people aren't willing to get vaccinated. So at least we have that to hopefully look forward to. That would kind of save our asses if there was a pill that you could take to survive. Then we don't have to worry anymore. So shout out to the scientists who made this possible. It's amazing that they're able to figure this out already. And it does kind of, like, I mean, I'm not trying to say I get anti-vaxxers, but I think they're going to be more willing to take a pill than to get vaccinated. I don't know why. I think it's like I think it comes down to actually like a fear of needles, an unchecked fear of needles, because it's all about the delivery method. If the vaccine was a fucking T-bone steak, all these fucking rednecks would be taking it, Hell yeah, I'm getting my immunity. We put that on a tomahawk steak instead? Oh, we can? All right, I'll take 2. 2 doses, please. I could go for a steak. I mean, I had some really good short ribs the other day. That's unrelated, but so it's a shame, though, that so many people are against mRNA vaccines without knowing what they actually do, as that type of vaccine is being researched as the cure for cancer, potentially. In clinical trials, it has been literally proven to give the immune system the information needed so that the body can then fight off cancer cells itself without the need for chemotherapy or radiation, which is actual poison and is something people should be more upset about than vaccines. People are so backwards these days, it's just annoying. The answers to your questions are right in front of you, but you refuse to look. Just look, dude. No one's gonna make fun of you for learning from your mistakes. We're gonna make fun of you for not learning from your mistakes. You know? Like, it's really frustrating, man, because we wanna... I do make fun of these people a lot, but we also want them to, like, do the right thing. I don't know how to get them to see that getting vaccinated is the right thing. So I guess we're just gonna keep making fun of them because they don't listen. Speaking of making fun of things, I made a skit on TikTok, if anyone is interested, called Spider-Man but with OCD. Like, there's an emergency, see the sirens, and then Spider-Man gets dressed to go into action. Once he gets to the window, his compulsions start kicking in. He never makes it out of the house. And it's pretty real for me and for a lot of people, so I thought this would be a good video to make, and I'm hoping people don't take it the wrong way and instead realize that I'm making fun of myself because I'm doing my own compulsions in the video for comedic purposes, not mocking anyone else. Because OCD has been a very serious problem in my life. I don't really talk about it on this show very often, but it started out when I was younger, like in the 3rd grade, and started getting worse as the years went by. I grew up in a very unstable, hostile environment, which also exacerbated things because I was often participating in irrational compulsive behavior, like stacking towels a certain way or knocking on wood 7 perfect times or turning up volume and up and down a certain amount of times in a certain pattern on my computer, or leaving light switches in their position, otherwise it feels like the world is going to end. It truly is a debilitating condition. That's kind of the point of the TikTok. Like, Spider-Man, it represents like every person suffering from OCD who has important shit to do today, but can't leave the house because of rituals and compulsions that they have to complete in just the right way before they go anywhere. Otherwise, they have a breakdown. I used to be late for work multiple times a week because I was trying to tap on the doorknob a certain number of times or had to touch the sink or shower a certain way. I would get caught up in this ridiculous web of compulsions that made every single second of my life a living hell. Every second of my life was being taken over by OCD. It was fucking terrible, man. I couldn't even wash my hands properly because I would have to tap on the sink 4 times before and after washing. And if it didn't feel just right, then I'd have to do it over and over again. Like I said, debilitating mental illness. It made it impossible to do anything. That's why, at least for myself, I'm a firm believer in medication. I'll be honest about what I'm on. I take Zoloft every day as prescribed and have been for the last couple of years. It's made things much more manageable. And I know it makes some people feel foggy, which is why I take it before bed. But for me, it's made it easier to toss aside compulsions that would have previously felt much more urgent, that I would have previously forced myself to do until the day was over. My knuckles used to be bloodied and blistered all the time because I was constantly knocking on wood in order to prevent bad things from happening to me every time I had an intrusive thought, even though all that was doing was making me feel safer and more in control of the uncertainties in my life, but only for a short moment. Then it was back to knocking on wood after the newest intrusive thought. That's why I get so annoyed when people overuse the term OCD, because if you like things to be neat or you make an organized, visually appealing Halloween candy display, that doesn't mean you have OCD. It's much more complicated than I like to be organized. I'm so OCD. Like, shut up. Get a real diagnosis or don't put yourself in that category because OCD is much worse than that. Like, of course, if you have a compulsion about cleaning, like if you have contamination OCD, that's one thing. You're irrationally afraid of being infected or contaminated to the degree where you like you don't go outside, you shower all the time, you like too much, or you clean to a point where it gets in the way of your everyday life. It obstructs your normal way of living. That's OCD. Cleaning your room once a week for an hour is an OCD. You just like things to be neat, like most people who have structure in their lives. But yeah, that's been a huge topic on my mind for a while. I want to bring someone from my support group onto the podcast so we can talk about it in more detail because that would be an awesome conversation. So I'm going to ask around to see if anyone would like to do that, would like to come on the show, talk about OCD with me. The support group on Clubhouse has been a great thing. We have over 1,000 members in the club now, so it's been growing a lot since I last talked about it. People from all over the world come into the sessions, and it's really helpful to talk these things out with people who are going through similar struggles. It makes you feel less like a freak, less alone. So if you want to join, just go to Clubhouse and join the OCD support group. That's what it's called. Simple as that. It's not exclusive. Anyone can use Clubhouse now, and anyone can join this group. So yeah, that's what's going on there. We should probably talk about politics now. Now, we should probably talk about politics. I was gonna do a roasting Ted Cruz today, but I'm a little sad. There's no new Ted Cruz interviews, so we have to wait on that. But what we do have, we got this dude Cucker Tarlson. You know him, Cucker Tarlson. Yeah, great guy, right? Great guy. Love him. So we're gonna look at Cucker Tarlson, see what he has to say. Tucker, this is what the country is fighting about. Oh, I can't wait.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson. Tonight we're going to do something a little different for the next hour. We're going to try to explain what this country is fighting with itself about.
Oh, here we go.
What are the lines that divide us? Pretty obviously not the old partisan divide that the rest of us grew up with, Republican versus Democrat. You figured that out now. You look over at the Democratic side, you see Rashida Tlaib, you're pretty certain she's not on your side, obviously. But then the question is Mitch McConnell on your side? And the answer, as you well know, is no, not really.
What? Wait. Now Mitch McConnell isn't even on their side? Mitch McConnell, the House Minority Leader, isn't he like... So is it because he's not a Trump loyalist? Or what is... And they're calling... It says exposing the fascist left and authoritarianism. That's hilarious, dude. Yo, that's fucking jokes, bro.
And it's really simple. The people in charge are intent on replacing our free democratic system with an authoritarian system.
Wait,
they don't convince you of anything.
What? Are you kidding me? Is he... So he's really deflecting here. He's saying that the Democrats are the ones that are trying to replace our democratic government with a more authoritarian one. Aren't the Republicans the ones that are trying to make it more difficult for marginalized communities to vote in democratic elections? Because I'm pretty sure that's the Republicans. Last I checked, it was, as much as I get annoyed by the Democrats, last time I checked, it was the Democrats that were fighting for voters' rights. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Cucker. Seriously. I'm trying to adjust the volume. I have like OCD. One sec.
They simply make you do things, and they benefit from that. There are people in this country.
Don't tell me what to do. That's what America's about, not telling me what to do, even though I go to work every day and my boss tells me what to do. And I'm a cog in the machine anyways. This is America, don't tell me what to do. Even though capitalism is constantly dictating how my life works. I wake up early in the morning, I go to work for 8 to 12 hours, and then I come home. Nobody cares about me. That's America. That's American freedom right there. I do what I want, except when it comes to everything.
Who are opposed to that. They are anti-authoritarian. And if you look at who we book on this show, that may explain why we do it. You may have noticed we have a lot of former lefties on the show. Glenn Greenwald is the most obvious. Alex Berenson as well, and many others. Now, we probably don't agree with these people on a lot of things. Are we on the same side on abortion? We've never asked. But one thing we know for certain is that they are totally opposed to authoritarianism. So that really is the divide. People who are for an authoritarian America and those who are for a free America. It's that simple. And once you start to understand politics through that lens, you figure out what's really going on. By the way, looking at polls is an unusually bad way to understand what's happening in American politics. Polls are often wrong. And when they are wrong, they're almost always wrong in the same direction. The last presidential election made that very clear. The polling outfit Quinnipiac, for example, which is attached to some kind of college in Connecticut.
Some kind of college in Connecticut? Are you telling me you're going to pretend, Tucker, that you don't know Quinnipiac? It's just some college in Connecticut. I have no idea what it is. I'm Tucker Carlson, and I always sound like I'm just reading what I'm saying for the first time. What is this? I cannot believe this. Wow. Fuck you. Dude, Quinnipiac is... I'm pretty sure that's a fucking awesome school. But like liberals go there, so it's he's gonna pretend it's not like a school. It's not a legitimate school. Even though it's like an actual accredited university.
Joe Biden would win the popular vote by 11 points. It also predicted that Mitch McConnell was in tough shape in Kentucky. Pollsters even convinced a lot of...
I don't think that anybody disagrees that polls are often wrong, because the people that, you know, the sample size or the sample of the poll, it could be swayed one way or the other depending on who's taking the poll. Like if a CNN poll is going to be bullshit. A CNN poll is not accurate. Same with the Fox News poll. He's not wrong about this one particular thing, but I don't understand why he's making this argument when it comes to authoritarianism.
Texas. In retrospect, it's clear all of this was partisan fantasy, and it had a purpose. It was all designed to make a mentally decaying senator from Delaware look like Teddy Roosevelt, riding a massive wave of popular support. Of course, that was a lie. Once you understand that, once you recognize what these polls are...
I love the picture that they used of Biden. Holy shit, that's a horrible picture. This is their revenge on CNN for all the terrible screen grabs of Trump that they used when he was speaking, where he's like, looks like his butthole mouth, and he has like his finger going up like he's fingering the air, making him just look like a complete fucking tool, which he is. Don't get me wrong, Trump is a fucking tool. This is not a flattering picture of Biden, is my point. This is Tucker Carlson's people being like, see, this president looks weird too. Yeah, they're fucking old men. They're old men. What do you expect? They're gonna look ugly and gross. They're ugly, gross old men. In their 70s, almost 80s. What a surprise.
Actually designed to do. They're designed to put Democratic Party leaders in the best possible light. It is worth noting when the polls move in the opposite direction, when they start to reflect badly on the Democratic Party. That's been happening over the past several weeks. According again to Quinnipiac, a reliably left-wing pollster, Joe Biden's national approval rating is now 38%. 60% of independents disapprove of what Joe Biden is doing as president. A new AP poll noted that just 30...
Those are independents. Those are independents, and most likely they either think Joe Biden is too progressive or not progressive enough. And they don't align with either party. I know people like that. That just, they don't like Trump and they don't like Biden. But like, what the fuck do you want, dude? What do you want? But like, okay. Where do I lie with this? Because people in my support group from other countries have asked me this. They're like, what do you think about Joe Biden? Because they're like, oh, we like him better than the other guy. And I'm like, yeah, of course, I like him better than the other guy. But is he doing anything that has directly benefited me? Very little. And the way he's handled immigration really bothers me. Just, I don't like the holding people in camps. I think that's really fucked up. I think that's an understatement. But I think it's really just disturbing that we continue doing that. And man, I know he's not going to legalize weed. I know he's not going to do anything that like benefits me in any way. So do I really approve? No, I don't. I don't think I do. Am I an independent? No, I'm a leftist who's registered as a Democrat so I can vote in the primaries. But like, I just don't. Like, the approval rating, those independents are going to hate Biden the whole time. The whole 4 years that he's going to be in office, they're going to hate him. Because I know he's just going to be a moderate. He's not going to do a lot. He's going to try just to not piss off either side and just kind of coast. That seems like what's going on here. A lot of do nothing, if you ask me. Not doing enough. But then of course there's the other side that's like, oh, he's being too lenient on immigration. He's just letting them in to camps and holding them there. Like, what are you mad about? Like, they're not coming in, they're being held. Open borders, no it's not. He's giving out money. No, he's not. He cut off the benefits. People, guess what? There's only been like fucking 150,000 new jobs in the last month or some ridiculously low number. People are not finding work. People are not finding work, and people are not willing to go back to work for people for a low, underpaid wage because they know what they're worth. They know what their labor is worth, and they realize that they're being fucked repeatedly by business owners, by corporations who don't give them the benefits that they need, who don't allow them to unionize to fight for the benefits that they need or for fair wages. Like minimum wage. You work for a minimum wage job. That's like $15 an hour. Depending on where you live, the cost of living, minimum wage, $15 an hour, that's not going to be even close to enough to live your life. That's why you see, you hear so many millennials are like broke. Millennials have like 5% of the wealth, and 3% of that alone is just Mark Zuckerberg. I shit you not. So yeah, Biden cut the benefits. People can't find jobs. People don't want to get paid pennies and have to work multiple fucking shifts at multiple fucking jobs so that they can just live. People want to be able to live their lives without being fucked over by everybody else. That's why I'm upset with Joe Biden. That's why I'm upset. Because when it comes to jobs, job creation, job opportunities, improving job conditions, Joe Biden has done nothing. Nothing for that. And I think Tucker should be more upset about that, if I'm being real. That's something that I feel like he and I could agree on, that the job situation in the country is absolutely shit because of Joe Biden's administration. And I'm saying this again as a Democrat who is currently looking for jobs and can't fucking find one. Okay, so I was wrong. It's actually so only 194,000 jobs were added this past September. That's fucking dismal. That's nothing. That's shit. That's absolute shit, dude. So that means that there's like fucking millions of people unemployed right now that don't have any benefits, that are getting denied for more benefits because of the way that the requirements are now set up against them. They cannot get more. They cannot find a decent paying job. And the Biden administration expects them to what, be a DoorDash driver for the rest of their fucking lives? Live off tips? Are you kidding me? Just work a gig job with no benefits. Just die. Right? Because that's what this is. That's what this is. Anybody who thought Joe Biden was going to be this progressive champion that was going to like bring us out of this horrible situation. No, absolutely not. You got fucked. I got fucked. I got played. That's what I'm saying. Oof. And I'm not going to pull any punches on this dude because it's not election time. That senile old fucking fart needs to start making some changes. Otherwise, I'm going to rethink my vote. So where Tucker thinks Biden is doing too much of something wrong, I say Biden is not doing enough. Biden is not doing anything. He's probably fucking asleep right now. Like, if we're being real. It's 10:51 a.m. They probably still haven't gotten him up. They have to, like, bang on cymbals in his face to even get him to get the Windows 95 brain to start up. Ding, 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 ding.
44% of Americans are pleased with the direction of the country. That's called the right track, wrong track poll. And for the party in power, it is very bad news. This means that the very same people who just last year lied to you to your face about how popular Joe Biden was are now admitting that he is actually the least popular president in modern political history. Why are they telling you this all of a sudden?
Well, I think that's a little tainted, though. As much as I just shat on Joe Biden, I think that's a little bit tainted because we're in such a polarized time politically. What was Trump's approval rating? Presidential approval ratings, Gallup polls. So he ended at a 34. But his high point was 49, his low point was 34. He never got above a 49. And that was, when was that? Okay. January, February, March, April, May. Really? So, yeah, so average of 41. And Biden is at Trump's low point. What did he say? It was a 34 too? It was also a 34. So like what are you saying? It's we're in the exact same position. We're literally, this is what's crazy about Fox News and CNN and everybody in the media, is that we're literally in the exact same position that we would be in if Biden lost. He's just doing the same shit that Trump would be doing. Pulling out of Afghanistan, continuing the plan, extending the benefits but then cutting them off. Trying to fucking recover but fumbling the ball with COVID and with employment. Holding immigrants at the border. Trump would be still continuing that. we pretty much just elected a Democrat version of what we got. I'm not saying he's as bad of a person. I don't think he is. Like Trump is like a shitty dude. It's pretty much politically though, like when it comes to the results that we're getting here, it's pretty much the same shit, in my opinion. That's why the approval rating is at the exact same. So like I don't think least popular president in history, I think, is a bit of an exaggeration considering Trump had the exact same approval rating. I think that is, like I said, that's tainted.
Why are these reliably Democratic pollsters telling Democratic voters that their president is unpopular? Maybe because
the poll is a little bit more reliable than you said. Maybe because Quinnipiac is a little more established of an institution than you credit them as. Oh, some Quinnipiac, some college in Connecticut. Fuck you. You know where that is. Your fucking family probably went there, dude. You're just acting like you don't know, because you know his family is like Swansons or whatever. They're rich liberals, so he hates them. He hates them all. All right, so okay, I just scheduled a podcast with somebody. The Kendra Crump show is coming on next week. So that'll be cool. That'll be really cool. I have to make sure everything works. The technology. Because last time that I interviewed somebody or had somebody on, my vocals were doubled. Anyways, Cucker, I'll let you finish.
they have no choice. Maybe there are other reasons.
No, it's not. They have no choice. It's just they're reporting the truth. The poll is reporting what people think or what that sample actually thinks. And that sample is obviously, like, because it's not falsified data, like you claim it is, it's showing the truth. That people don't really approve of Joe Biden and the way he's handling things right now. Why would the Democrats be telling you that? Because they're not forging things. They're not lying. People actually don't approve of Joe Biden. Even on our side, the Democrat side. People don't approve. Except for those people with the blue wave emojis in their Twitter. Because if they hear this episode, they're going to fucking light me up. They're going to send this straight to the White House. This man is a threat. There are people who worked for Obama that follow me on Twitter without me following them first. Like, they're Obama administration former secretaries of things that follow me on Twitter. So when I shit on Joe Biden, when I shit on our side, I get a little bit scared because I know they're watching. And what if it gets back to the big guy? No, it'll never. Like, that's the thing. Joe Biden, Ted Cruz, these guys, they will never know that I even fucking exist. That's the beautiful thing about this. They don't know. They don't care. I'm just nothing. It's me and my little niche of people that listen to this, which is cool. It would be so scary to be like as known as like Hassan Piker, or Hussein Pecker, as I was saying the other day. But like that would be really scary. But isn't that the goal though? So that's where I'm conflicted. That's why I don't put this show out there as much as I should. But yeah, so me shitting on Joe Biden is I feel bad about it, but at the same time, why am I going to hide that I'm disappointed at the way things are going right now? Because I am disappointed. I know plenty of people that are. I mean, it'll be a completely different story if he, let's say, legalizes weed federally. Then that would be really cool. That would make America a much safer place, in my opinion. You wouldn't have that would end a huge portion of the decades-long war on drugs. You know, the one that we've been unnecessarily fighting in. And putting people of color in prison for, and profiting off of their labor in private prisons. You know, all that shit? Yeah, we could stop that. You know, if Biden legalized weed federally, it's not just, oh yeah, everyone's gonna get stoned, that's great. No, not just that. It opens up the opportunities for small businesses. It keeps people out of jail, gets other people out that were in previously for old charges, releases people, frees them for something that they should have never been arrested for in the first place. But yet Biden doesn't do anything about it, right? He's not gonna change that. He's not gonna sign weed into legalization. His vice president's a fucking cop. She's a black woman. She locks up black people all the time, or used to. They're not going to help those people who are indeed victims in this society. Victims of this stupid war on drugs. So, like, to Tucker, I guess, like, yeah, the polls are not wrong. In this case, the polls are not falsified. There's no conspiracy here. It's literally just the truth that people on both sides and independents do not approve of the job Joe Biden is doing the same way they did not approve of the job Donald Trump was doing. We should be able to agree on that. You should be happy that Quinnipiac is reporting such a low approval rate instead of questioning it.
We're not sure. What is absolutely clear is that according to a new poll from Pew, Democratic Party voters understand what this means. And what it means is, in a free and fair democratic system, they can't win. If we allocate power
That's what happens. The power always moves back and forth in this country. It goes Democrat, Republican, back and forth. Because they both just fuck it up so bad when they have the power. So people get sick of one, and then they go to the other, and then they get sick of the other and go back, and it's just back and forth. It's the problem with the two-party system.
Based on who's the most popular with the public, and that's the basic premise of democracy, the Democratic Party is in very tough shape. And they know that. And that may be why, according to polls, Democrats now overwhelmingly want the government to make their political opponents shut up. More than 3/4 of Democratic Party voters want the tech companies to, quote, restrict false information online, even if it limits freedom of information. Think about that for a second.
Why would you want false information to spread, though? I don't understand, like, what the argument is here. Like, I should be allowed to spread false information if I want to. If I want to topple the democracy, if I want to get everyone to refuse to get immunized, then I should be allowed to do that. I should be allowed to misundereducate. That's a Bush. That's like a Bushism. I should be allowed to misundereducate everybody online. And I should be allowed to make my passive-aggressive coffee mixing in the morning TikToks where I tell people that the vaccines are actually made of demon jizz and that you are injecting Lil Nas X's demon jizz into you when you take the vaccine. That is what I'm spreading on Facebook, and I should be allowed to spread it. Because Tucker Carlson said that I have freedom of information, even freedom of false information. I'm allowed to go on and tell people that Joe Biden's actually a lizard man. and that Barack Obama's puppeting him through his asshole, and that's what's going on. That's literally what's going on. You think I'm lying? Well, maybe I am, because facts don't matter in the Republican Party. Facts do not matter. Freedom of speech, freedom to spread lies, freedom to ruin society. That is what we need. That is what we shall have.
More than 60% of Democratic voters want the federal government to, quote, control that flow of information.
Yeah, it's called censorship. It's called policing misinformation on the internet so that people don't do stupid shit. Especially during this pandemic. Medical misinformation should not be allowed. If this was anything else, if this was anything that wasn't COVID, he would agree. He would say, yeah, like, we shouldn't be allowed to spread bullshit. But because these are his supporters, and they're delusional, the people he is speaking to, he cannot alienate them. He has to fight for them, even though he himself doesn't believe that misinformation should be allowed. But he's the one peddling this bullshit. He's the grifter.
Over the internet. So all of that contravenes the First Amendment to the Bill of Rights, which is the very core of our system of government and of our culture. It's what makes America great.
Where does the Bill of Rights say anything about spreading misinformation that harms society?
Great. And now the overwhelming majority of Democratic voters are against it. So that's authoritarianism. There's no other word for it. And
we're literally in the biggest crisis in the last 100 years. The biggest medical crisis in the last 100 years. You want to talk about how 9/11 was the biggest fucking problem in America? Dude, 3,000 people die. Compare that to 700,000 people in the last year and a half. Yeah, it's not a fucking building exploding because of brown people, but it's a fucking virus that's killed 700,000 fucking Americans. You should be treating that with the amount of urgency that you treat 9/11, which was 20 fucking years ago. Get the fuck over it. We got other shit to fry here.
It's ironic considering for 4 years, prominent Democrats told us we were living through a fascist system. Donald Trump was a fascist. But of course, they were describing their own attitudes.
No, philosophically, he is. The things that he wanted to do were completely just for himself, to serve himself, and for him, as a one person, to have absolute power. We are talking about the Democratic Party here as a whole. We're not talking about one person, one charismatic leader who is being a dictator. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the government here, like agreeing on decisions together. Sorry, the Republicans don't agree, but you guys are trying to keep us in 1800s here. If it were up to you, we'd still be running on candlelight.
So we're going to spend the next hour looking at the rise of authoritarian impulses on the left and try to figure out where those came from and where they're going. Now, none of this is brand new. You'll recall that Democratic Party politicians have been pushing for censorship for a long time, certainly since Trump won in 2016. They blamed that victory on Facebook. Here's Ed Markey in last October, for example, calling for more censorship.
The issue is not that the companies before us today are taking too many posts down. The issue is that they're leaving too many dangerous posts up. In fact, they're amplifying harmful content so that it spreads like wildfire and torches our democracy.
Oh, they're not censoring enough because these posts, according to Ed Markey, who will literally say anything, you should know, are, quote, dangerous. But Markey never explained what was dangerous about them. But you got the message. They all did. A few weeks after Markey said that, big tech effectively removed the elected president of the United States from the internet. They silenced him completely. And virtually nobody said anything.
Yeah, well, people all agreed that that was the best thing to do because while his supporters, who he told to storm the Capitol, were beating police officers with American flags in the most weirdly poetic, violent way, and most poetically violent ending to the Trump presidency, like, did we forget about that? Tucker's just omitting that one thing that, like, Trump, like, organized this event, riled up his base, and told them to walk over to the Capitol knowing that they were pissed off and that they're going to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And then after, while it was happening, while cops are getting beaten to death by Capitol rioters, insurrectionists who are breaking into the Capitol and trying to kidnap and rape politicians, while that's going on, Trump is tweeting, "This is what happens when you have a fake election and the people have spoken, and this is going to be a day that is remembered." And then he, like, tweeted, like, "We love you and you're very special," to the people who were rioting, telling them, "Okay, like, come back." And then Twitter was like, "Dude, you are justifying this domestic terrorist attack on the government that you are the president of." So yeah, Twitter's like, "We don't want this shit on our platform." And they have every right. They have every right to tell Trump to fuck off. They do. They absolutely do. Because there's total reasoning there. The insurrection is something that Fox News acts like didn't happen. Or that it just wasn't that big of a deal.
So it didn't stop. It merely accelerated. Now, Democrats and their allies in the news media have decided to drop all pretense. Jonathan Chait writes for New York Magazine. He's considered smart on the left, one of the weirdest people practicing journalism today. He just published a deeply revealing piece in New York Magazine. Here's the headline from it. We're quoting, "Anybody fighting Joe Biden is helping Trump's next coup. All Republican politics is now functionally authoritarian." Right.
Oh my God, that laugh. That was a spooky laugh. Right.
Republicans are calling for censorship. So that's how the Democratic Party is responding to the collapsing polls.
It's not just censorship about anything, though. Like, it's censorship. Yeah, I agree that article headline was a little bit inflammatory, but it's censorship about life-threatening issues. It's censorship about questioning the integrity of American democracy. It's censorship about things that, like, are really dangerous, like wrong things, misinformation. And we should be fighting to moderate that and keep it from those social media platforms. Or even better, those social media platforms should be doing a better job of moderating their timelines. They should. They really should. They have the ability. We've talked about this before. And they don't. They just sit back because those are customers for them. They don't want to take them off their platform.
Numbers of their president. They're accusing the other side of authoritarianism while practicing it themselves. Right. So you'll recall that Joe Biden
shows a video of Richmond, Virginia, and toppling down a statue of either a founding father, Confederate leader, I don't know. It's probably somebody that was racist. So, like, what are you trying to show? Like, we literally should not have statues that are honoring terrible people. And how can you justify having a statue of somebody who was fighting with their lives, fighting so that the country could still own black people as slaves, as property? How can you say, "Oh yeah, we should still have a statue honoring what that person did"? They literally fought to enslave people because of their race. Yeah, so let's honor them. Let's honor them. It's about states' rights. States' rights for what? States' rights for what? Yeah, slavery, dude. It's not censorship to get rid of a statue that's honoring a terrible person. Again, I'm going to use the Hitler analogy, like last episode. If it were Hitler that there was a statue up of in Virginia, everyone would agree. He's a bad dude. He did terrible, horrible, racist things, and we should get rid of that statue right now. So what's the difference here? Is that the people defending the Confederate and Founding Father statues do not value the Black experience, the trauma that comes with it, and the history that the Founding Fathers, that the Confederates have caused, the pain that they have inflicted, the trauma, the oppression, literally slavery, dude. Like, sorry, Tucker, we don't want statues of slave owners. That should be like, that should be a really agreeable thing for all of us. I'm sorry.
Biden voters destroyed statues and destroyed our country's biggest cities for more than a year, and the police did nothing about it. And our media class applauded. And yet, because justice is no longer meted out equally, if someone dares to dishonor the legacy of St. George Floyd, the New York Police Department's Special Hate Crimes Division springs into action. Here's an actual quote.
Did he say St. George Floyd? Oh, is he talking about the dude who, like, defaced the George Floyd statue now? He's saying, see, so we tear down, like, they tear down our statues, but then when we do a hate crime, we do a fucking hate crime on a statue that's supposed to be, like, honoring the Black experience and raising awareness instead of supporting the enslavement of Black people. Now it's a problem. Now it's a problem when it's a hate crime. Yes, it is a problem when it's a hate crime. When somebody is defacing the George Floyd statue, that is directly related to racial aggression. George Floyd is from a already marginalized community. He was a victim of the police, who are the modern enslavers. So yes, when he gets a statue, you should probably honor it because he didn't deserve to fucking die. He didn't ask for this. So it's a little bit more respectable of a statue than one of a Confederate who was fighting to enslave people like George Floyd.
Quote, by the way, from this week. On October 3rd, 2021, at approximately 10:15 a.m. in Union Square Park, a person on a skateboard threw gray paint on the face and base of a statue of George Floyd. That's the NYPD bulletin. Information? Contact us! Exclamation point. So that's not really hypocrisy.
But they have a George Floyd statue in New York? Okay, I mean, cool.
Anymore. It's hierarchy. What they're telling you is that crimes against their ideas are the only crimes that matter.
No, dude, that's a hate crime. That's a literal hate crime. It's completely different. The context is completely different there.
Well, that attitude has no popular support in this country, so you can only...
Like, the George Floyd statue is honoring a Black man who was murdered by a white police officer. Unrightfully murdered. Unfairly killed.
Force it by force, using surveillance to root out people who've got the wrong ideas. That's exactly the basis on which the Biden administration is proceeding. That's why the administration has now given itself the authority to monitor everything that happens, for example, in your private bank account.
An effort that I know you're a proponent of for the IRS to collect more information and more tax dollars, but more information about taxpayers' bank accounts, including annual cash flows. And I was curious whether you think the IRS has the wherewithal to actually do that.
Well, of course they do. And a simple way for the IRS to get a sense of where that might be is just a few pieces of information about individuals' bank accounts.
Did you see that? The most interesting part of that exchange was not the Treasury Secretary. She's
Bank of America shared your spending with the feds. Yeah, but this would be happening with the Republicans too, because they want to get that tax money as well. So yeah, they would also go into people's bank accounts. Listen, there's a lot of things involving digital shit that both Republicans and Democrats don't know how to properly deal with and want to have too much power over. I completely understand that. When it comes to finances, they should keep their fucking grubby paws out of there. Unless they're willing to spend tax money on things that aren't related to the military, you greedy fucks. So this is the problem I have with the regardless of who the figurehead is, I have a problem with the government as a whole. The fact that they're doing this, yeah, that's fucked up. Bank of America should not be sharing my spending information with the feds, but at the same time, I already expected that they were doing that. I'm not surprised. It's just like hearing it is like, wow, that's fucking ridiculous, dude. Like, you literally, like, it's definitely annoying. But like with that, your spending has nothing to do with spreading misinformation or with hate crimes. You know, like, I guess I can see if you wanted to take a look at an insurrectionist, a potential insurrectionist, and see if they bought a plane ticket for, like, let's say January 5th to come into DC. And that would be a red flag that you would want to take a look at the banking information for. Then I can understand for situations like that. But if they're using it to be like, hey, like, you could give us more tax money, come on, like, cough it up, bro. Like, that's fucked up. That's definitely fucked up. I don't like that. That's just annoying. They have enough money, and they don't use it on us.
she's embraced authoritarianism full blown. It's the creepy little shill from CNBC. And the question is not, does the IRS have the right to snoop into your bank account with no evidence you've done anything wrong? His question is, do they have the wherewithal? Do they have the manpower? Can they actually pull it off? Which he says, of course, we're the government. We can do anything. So after January 6th, this show reported that Bank of America, quote, proactively rooted through customers' private financial information to find individuals who, quote, met thresholds of interest. They spied on their...
Oh, I told you. That's what I was just saying. That was the exact example that the exact hypothetical example that I gave, or that I didn't even realize was what they did. But that is what they did, and that's the perfect implementation of that surveillance. So I have some problems, I have some problems, and I don't have some problems. You know? Like, yeah. Both sides, Democrats and Republicans, they love money. That is something that they have in common. They want to do different things with it. But at the end of the day, neither of them are helping you or me. So it is frustrating. But, you know, Tucker wants to twist it a certain way and make people be like, see, you need to be angry. You need to be outraged that they were catching terrorists using digital banking information. What else is new? We've been surveilled our entire lives. It's the way the government exerts social control. So it's not a surprise. It's really not a surprise. And yeah, I wish we had more privacy, but if it's being used for things that make sense, for things that will catch domestic terrorists, then I'm fine with it. As long as they're not like, hey, I saw you made this much in Ethereum, like you made $50 of Ethereum. You gonna give half of that to us? You gonna give half of that to us? You better do it. I'm expecting it. That's stupid. I think that's ridiculous, and that's gonna piss off a lot of people. Yeah. I come into this thinking like I'm gonna completely just lambaste and make fun of Cucker Tarlson, but then like I end up agreeing with him for different reasons. For more of like the I'm disappointed in Joe Biden type of way, and he's just like outraged at everything. I'm just disappointed. It's different. Again, I'm not a conservative. I'm very anti-conservative. This is just me being disappointed in our current leadership and the steps that they're taking or not taking to make things better for us all. Speaking of outrage, we got to make fun of some Karens. We got some new ones here. I just have to use a bathroom and then we'll get into it. So 1 sec.
2 hours later.
All right, I'm back. I made it. All right, so we are going to do a Karen video here.
Y'all dumb motherfuckers.
You was in here stealing.
We wasn't fucking stealing.
Yeah, you
You
was.
come up to me up here and ass, bitch.
You was a dumbass bitch. That's why you can't get out.
Do it again. Linebacker that hoe.
I ain't back.
Linebacker that hoe.
Caught your dumb ass.
No, you dumb bitch. You bitch.
Wait, what?
You mad as fuck.
I got caught
Okay, why you
stealing.
steal shit? They ain't got no goddamn proof. They ain't got no proof. I had to put it in my pocket.
This is like what was it, meth or crack or I can't tell. I think it's crack.
Cause I in the room. But
That shit be shy. I got
Yeah,
10
I
on
bet.
black girl.
Yeah.
Living in the sunlight, loving in the moonlight, having a wonderful time.
Sweetheart, Congress! He's filming you! Get the fuck out, you green chauffeur piece of dog shit!
What the fuck?
Get out! That's the salt! You just can't come out here! The salt!
What? Oh, she's hopping the table.
I'm a licensed security guard.
What is even happening?
I'm gonna stand here and watch you make a fool of yourself.
What happened? Like, what I really wish there was context to a lot of these. You know, the people start recording as shit gets down. We don't get to see what happens before. Unless it's like one of those Karens who is like the one recording and they know when they walk into the store without a mask that they're going to be confronted, which is why they're already pre-recording everything. Because they're trying to incite shit. That's different. This is one of those. This is a different type of Karen situation.
I'm a trained security guard. I know exactly what to do with something like this. Just watch and do nothing. Oh, here she goes.
Oh my god. She threw a whole trash can at them.
You shouldn't be here in Belfast. You're not picking up a minute. Get it? You're on drugs. Get the fuck out of my face. Get it? Don't leave a lot of hit on me.
what did you say about the Filipinos?
I can say whatever that I want. Go and fuck yourself, okay? Just clean the house. Where are you working? the coffee. This is your job. Just serve the coffee. Just serve the coffee.
Madam, just serve the coffee. Pay the
serve the coffee.
Okay, pay the order. Pay the order. Pay your order.
Give me the coffee.
No. Pay first.
I'm sorry?
Did you pay?
Did anyone give me the coffee?
You didn't even.
What? This isn't a drug deal. You're like, give me the product first. No, you pay first, and then they give you the product. It's coffee. That is how you make a transaction. You give them the few dollars, and then they give you the cup of coffee. You weird lady. This is a dude in a big pickup truck or Jeep or something.
You got a problem, pal?
What's that?
You got a problem, pal?
Do you have a problem?
Just filming.
Yeah, why are you filming me?
Hey, it's public property.
I don't give a what it is.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a free country, so you have a right to feel however you want.
Yeah, well, I think you're gonna stop filming me, pal.
Are you a police officer?
Yeah, I am.
You are? What town are you a police officer with?
Never mind what town I'm a police officer.
You're live streaming right now.
Yeah, because I want them here.
Okay, well, you can call them if you like.
Yeah, I've already done that.
Okay.
They said you're mental fuck.
Okay.
If you don't want, leave people alone.
Do you know what famous means?
What?
Do you know what famous means?
Yeah, I know what famous means.
Because you're,
Stop filming me, pal.
you're about to be famous and auditing America. I just have a question. Why is there a light kit in the front of your vehicle?
That is none of your business either.
It's none of my business?
That's right.
I guess you're right. I mean, are you impersonating a police? You just told me you're a police officer.
You're goddamn right I am. You want to see the fucking badge, pal?
Yes, please.
See?
I'm sorry, could you pull that out
again?
again?
No, you don't need to see it any better than that.
That looks like a fireman's badge.
I don't care what it looks like to you.
Okay. Are you aware of the First Amendment?
Yeah, I'm aware of the First Amendment.
Do you know what it is, sir?
The freedom of the press, buddy. The freedom of the press, buddy.
Absolutely, that's actually very good.
People, would you please call the police? This man's stalking me.
Do you know that gives people the right to film in public?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And do you know that you've identified yourself as a police officer on camera, so if the police do show up, I'll be happy to hand over that footage?
Yeah, you can hand it over to them.
Okay.
Because they can't do anything about that either.
Actually, that's a federal offense to impersonate a police officer, yes.
When did that become a federal offense, pal? Freedom of speech, anyhow. You don't know if I'm lying to you or not.
Well, once you identify yourself as a police officer, you've committed a felony.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You think you're scaring me, don't you?
No. No, that's why I'm being very polite and very calm and considerate.
I want to see what you got filmed of me. You've been filming me since over to CBS, pal.
That's
I
right.
want to know what you're filming me for.
My own purposes. I don't answer questions.
Yeah, you don't answer questions.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll find out what you're doing, pal.
Okay.
This dude, definitely not a cop. Definitely not a cop. I mean, the dude said, yeah, it looks like a fireman's badge. I don't care what it looks like to you. Oh my god, you can't impersonate a cop, dude. That is so bad. You know better. You're like 60.
If I find out you posted anything on Facebook...
I'm putting it on Facebook and YouTube.
Or any place like that,
I am.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Is that a threat?
No, it's a promise.
It's a promise.
Sir, what do you say? I'm on a video. Do you want me to call the police?
Call the police.
Say something.
Uh-oh. White versus Asian.
Fuck you, you fucking bitch. Oh, yeah. Let me get a license plate.
Oh, he called him the G word. This is why I don't go out in public without a mask and glasses. I shit you not. I do not leave the house without a mask and glasses. I do not want anybody to see my race. That is something that I've been doing since the beginning of this pandemic, and that is something that I will continue to do for at least the next 4 years. Alright, continue.
They want to fuck. Don't ever say to go back to my own country.
They're fucking Chinese.
Yeah. So get the fuck out go.
Bitch ass. Motherfucker.
Keep walking.
Make me walk.
Fuck that. Keep walking. Let's go. Let's go, bitch. You gonna fucking call me going back to my own fucking country? I was born here, motherfucker.
Oh, make sure your country, right?
Yeah. Why don't you go back to your fucking country?
This is my
yeah,
country.
you fucking aboriginal. You an aboriginal. You an aboriginal. Hey.
That's a good point. That's a good point. You go back to your country, you white piece of shit. You're from Europe, you piece of shit. You came here, you colonizing motherfucker.
We're trying to make a fucking living. What do we do? What are we doing here? What are we fucking doing here?
I don't know what you doing here.
Yeah, what the fuck? You talking all this shit like you own this place?
Yeah, it's my fucking country.
Yeah, oh yeah, yours. Where the fuck is your shit property, fool?
You a fucking racist. What the fuck?
Asshole. Who?
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, exactly. That's
I got your license plate, sir.
You
touch
keep fucking talking.
Fucking touch me.
I ain't touching you.
Touch me.
You touch me first. Give me a reason to
Touch
fucking
me.
kill you. Good. Dude, touch me first. Give me a
Touch
reason to
me.
fucking kill you. Do
Touch me,
something.
motherfucker.
Exactly.
Just get up on me. Get up on me, you
Get the fuck
fucking
out of here,
punk.
you fucking bitch.
You fucking piece of
fucking
shit,
asshole.
fucking Chinese, fucking Asian fuck.
Chinese.
Gee, I would... There... Because I've faced shit like this before. Mostly in Schenectady. Because people are fucking psychos in upstate New York. And yeah, I've almost fucking killed people because of that. This was before COVID, so I'm sure things are much more aggressive now. But yeah, this is why every time I go out in public, I'm ready for a fight. This is what we're dealing with as Asian Americans or Asians living in America. I'm actually doing my thesis on this, or my senior thesis. So stay tuned for that.
Chinese.
Yeah, you're Chinese.
Yeah, you fucking
So what?
Do something.
Well, I ain't gonna do. Why would I should do something? I didn't do anything to you. What are you gonna get?
You're the one that fucking opened your mouth over there, motherfucker.
Hey, I saw what coworker told me what the fuck
I don't
you
give
said.
a fuck what you
My
saw.
coworker told me you said you
Tell
bitch.
that fucking bitch to get the fuck out of my way.
We're on the way. There's a fucking parking lot.
Go fuck
Fucking
yourself.
asshole.
Come on, keep following
You
me.
bitch.
Keep following me,
You
fucking
fucking
pussy.
bitch.
I'll stick
Suck
you in
a
a fucking hole where
dick.
you belong.
Suck a dick.
I'll stick you in a fucking hole where you
Suck
belong.
a dick and get the fuck out of here.
Put you in a fucking hole, you
Yeah, do it.
cocksucker.
I'm waiting, motherfucker.
Touch me. Touch me.
I ain't touching you. You touch me first. It gives me a reason to fucking kill you right
Oh,
now.
I'll fucking take your
Do
life in a
it.
heartbeat, dude.
Do it.
Do it. Do it.
I
Do
fucking take your
it.
fucking life,
Yeah, you fucking talk shit.
piece of shit.
You ugly looking motherfucker.
Yeah, go fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
you suck a dick,
Go eat your
Andre.
fucking rice.
You're too dead.
Go eat your
Oh my god, that's right there. Would have chopped the dude's balls off. I would have fucking taken out a knife and just sliced them off, and then fed them to my cat.
fucking rice, you piece of shit. And fuck you, you fucking cunt.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I got a license plate, idiot.
Take a license plate.
Yes.
Take whatever the fuck
Yes.
you want. You fucking goose. Move me.
Yeah, touch him.
You're the one that fucking called me out here, motherfucker.
I didn't say yeah.
You called it. You started the motherfucker.
Did you call my homie a gook?
No, I gotta call him a gook.
Did you call my friend a
I
gook?
call him a fucking stupid fucking Asian.
Yeah, you fucking get the fuck out of you, racist
fuck?
motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm a fucking racist.
You are racist.
I protected my fucking country,
Hey, we are
motherfucker.
living-
I'm protecting my country, he says. Says the white man, descendant of immigrants who came to this country and stole it from the natives. Does he not realize how stupid he sounds when he says this? That is hilarious.
Where's the fucking, it's our fucking country, man. Idiot.
Get the fuck out of here. You fucking Kevin. Get the fuck
You
out of
fucking
here.
Kevin.
Fucking Kevin.
Fucking zipperhead, motherfucker. Fuck you both, you
Yeah,
fucking
get the
blonde.
fuck out of here.
Fucking piece of shit.
I've never heard somebody actually use Zipperhead before. Holy shit. That's aggressive. That's fucking... Find this dude. I will find this dude. That is not okay. You cannot get away with this amount of racism. Just, and like unscathed.
You ain't touch me, motherfucker. I'll put you where you belong.
Of course he drives a pickup truck. That's cool.
Come here. Come here. I can't get you already. You fucking talk all shit.
Start the motherfucker, you fucking dude.
Oh, see, he called him the G word again.
Fucking Chinese, motherfucker. Don't worry.
Oh my god. See, this is when people say there's no racism against Asians and they want to act like there's nothing going on. Just show them that, because obviously there's shit going on. And then when they want to say it's only black people doing this violence against Asian people, show them that this was a red-faced white man that called these Asians zipperheads. Now, historically, that word, oh man, I don't even want to go into that. Because it goes back to, let me find the history. So, it is a term coined during the Korean War by American frontline troops whom had run over enemy troops in jeeps. The tire tracks from the jeeps left a pattern resembling that of a closed zipper along the corpse. So they ran over a bunch of Koreans and called them zipperheads. That's what's going on. That's why that dude used that word, and that is the aggressive and homicidal origins of the slur that he used. And people want to act like fucking, like they're like nothing is happening. Oh, you Asians, you guys need to shut up and suck it up. Would you like to be called a derogatory term that historically has to do with your people being murdered, run down by jeeps? No, I don't think you would like that. So, yeah. What we're going to do now, we're going to take a look at relationship advice, see if anybody needs help. All right. My 40 male wife, 40 female, is choosing to continue her friendship, in quotes, with a coworker even after I found inappropriate messages. My wife is talking to another man at her work, and it's completely destroying this marriage. Despite being told that she is just friends with him, I've seen some of the messages, and it's not the way friends communicate. It's sexually charged and a bunch of "I really like you, this is bad" kind of talk. Oh no! I don't think they have physically crossed the line, but who knows, as I'm sure I'm delusional about this entire situation. I don't want to lose my wife, and I keep giving her the benefit of the doubt. Perhaps she knows this and is taking advantage of the situation. Married for 11 years, we are both 40 and have a child who is 6. We recently moved out of state and didn't know anyone when we moved. For the last 6 years, I was the sole provider as my wife stayed home raising our child. After we relocated, she got a job working nights at a warehouse 5 months ago, as she was ready to start working again. She works nights, so we didn't have to get daycare. I originally had the alarms go off when I was checking our usage of our phone bill to see if we needed to adjust our cellular plan. I noticed an unusually high number of texts compared to mine, so I asked her about it. She said she's been talking a lot with her friend from work, but I shouldn't worry as he's much older than us and has a bunch of kids with different women. He's just a nice guy. Also, she told me that they talk on the phone sometimes, but only when she's driving home or to work. That's fucking weird, dude. I wasn't happy about her talking to another man that often, but since marriage is built on trust, I felt I had to trust her at the time. That all changed one night when she was giving our kid a bath and her phone kept buzzing, like someone was continuously texting her. So I grabbed her phone and noticed on the lock screen that a guy said, "Hey, sweetheart, hope you're having a good night. Wanted to let you know I'm thinking of you." I went through the messages with him, and it's just a bunch of them saying that they really like each other, and my wife telling him that she's afraid this could go too far, but she really likes him and wants him, but knows it's bad. This time I confronted her with the newfound information and told her that it's completely inappropriate and I do not approve. I let her know that if she wants to be with him, that she can have him and I'll move out. Then I told her that if we are going to get through this, that her friendship with him needs to end as it went entirely too far. Of course, she tried to make the entire situation about me going through her phone, but I'm sorry, but not sorry. I had probable cause, and you can't deflect that easily. I said I do not want to know any further details about the relationship other than that it's over. She apologized and said it was a work flirt that got too carried away, but that it never got physical. She explained that she liked the attention, that he was always saying flattering things to her, She also explained that they are friends and that she is not going to stop talking to him because he's her friend. Fuck this bitch. What the fuck? This has obviously created a huge issue, and she's choosing his friendship, in quotes, over our marriage and family, in my opinion. I would normally feel that asking my wife to stop talking to a friend is excessive and controlling, but in this case, an exception has to be made for my sanity, and I'd hope she'd understand and respect that. Maybe I shouldn't have gone through her phone, but also maybe she shouldn't have this type of emotional relationship, at least outside of the marriage. I don't check the specifics of her messages anymore because that's way too stressful, but I do still notice that she has a really high count of texts. I know my wife is really comfortable and spoiled in this marriage and ultimately doesn't want to get a divorce. At the same time, I feel she wants to entertain having an affair with this man. I know the information that I'm given is limited, but am I going too far when asking her to stop talking to him? Am I being delusional to think that they have not already hooked up? Thanks for letting me vent. Well, the fact that she's even saying, I want you, but I know I can't, but I want you so bad, to this guy who is not you, while you have a 6-year-old kid, dude. And then you tell her that's not okay. That is completely disrespectful of your relationship with her, of you guys' relationship. She still goes, well, I'm not going to stop. After she has been caught in the act, in writing, saying that she wants to fuck this dude. So what you need to do, because I understand you don't want to lose this person, but the fact that they show this little respect for you, do you really want to be with someone like that? I understand that divorce is painful, but all you have to do, screenshot all of the messages of infidelity, give them to your lawyer, and then you don't have to pay her a fucking cent. That is my advice. See, here at the Short News podcast, we're all about completely screwing over terrible spouses. Because that is fucked up, dude. That is really fucked up. So, anyways, it's time for one more thing. The Herman Cain Awards. We got one. We got one right here. So she started posting anti-vax posts mid-August and accepted her award this morning. She's survived by a teen daughter and her vaccinated parents who also had COVID. But they survived because they were vaccinated and they're older than her. Sinus infections are the worst. At least it's not bothering my throat this time, though. Yep, sounds like that Delta variant strain of Rona. Best get it looked at. I know a good mechanic. Oh shit, I was around you the other night. You better go get tested too. I got my rabies shot and I'm dewormed. Oh, they're joking about this shit. What the fuck? And then an anti-vaccination card post. Let me see. Mid video mocking Joe Biden's stutter, masks saving lives, and him saying it was important to be vaccinated before the hurricane hit, while implying this all makes him unfit and feeble-minded. Oh, that's fucked. Weirdest thing is losing your taste buds and smell when you're eating. I'm all about the flavor in food, and I'm hardly getting any sleep, so it's just making me weak at times. Other than that, life is just grand. This COVID shit sucks. And then the comments, that's good, you only got a mild strain. Is this your first time? Yeah. Were you vaccinated? Hopefully you'll feel better soon. No, I wasn't. Not going to, neither. LOL, but thank you, though. And then they said, you're brave. And then they post, they check into a hospital on Facebook. Gonna be here for a while. Actually been here since yesterday morning. And then the comments, sending you hugs. How are your parents? They're doing all right. My mom got a little sick, but my dad feels fine. Are they vaccinated? Yes, they are. Okay. Any update? I am her aunt. She is intubated at this time. Please pray big. She's a fighter. Woke up to a message that one of my good friends passed away from COVID. Please keep her family and friends in prayers. RIP. Give My hubby hugs, please. I love you so much. So yeah, she died. She died after, again, like just being smug, publicly posting things about not trusting the medical professionals and refusing to get vaccinated. But everyone that she knows who did survived. Survived getting COVID. So that's telling. This is very telling. Yeah. So that's gonna do it for this episode of the Short News Podcast. I want to thank you for listening. I will be back on Thursday if all goes well. So yeah. Thank you for listening. I love you very much, each and every one of you. I'll see you in a couple days, and have a good one.
Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
Smoke weed every day.
These nuts. Got him! I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
It's really that time of year, and your team might finally do it. Or if you're a Rams fan, you might just want to book the trip now. This year, Super Bowl 56 is in Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium, February 13th. You can scour resellers to buy an overpriced ticket closer to the day, or you can lock in the Super Bowl experience of a lifetime now with our friends at On Location. True 50-yard line seats, only available with On Location. An invite to celebrate on the field with the champs. On Location. Yes, you want to craft a perfect confetti angel like I did? Go to the game with On Location. And it's not just about gameplay. From dinner with NFL legend Marcus Allen to pre-game parties featuring acoustic sets for Wyclef, the official hospitality partner of the NFL is offering the most exclusive ticket packages available. Want to know how? Visit onlocationexp.com/SB56 or search Super Bowl On Location. That's right. Search Super Bowl On Location. Make the trip of a lifetime. It's your shot. Take it.